She's my vitals. When I need to rap, she's my ride or die. When I'm on she's my idol. I just gotta rock, she's my alibi. I can't love. Force me and choke me till I pass out. We don't wanna be one, no. I don't wanna be one, no. I just wanna be one now. You'll be roast tonight.
What I'm saying is, I'm glad I wasn't a chasseur who greeted me aboard 𝒹𝓇𝓀, but a doctor who specialized in saving vampires. In case it wasn't clear, I still dislike you as much as before. Nevertheless, I'm happy you're here with me exactly the way you are. I'm sure you'd rather not have heard it, but I wanted to say that at least once. Can you please explain to me what love is?
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever, friendship never ends.
I won't stop asking away. Lend me your strength.
I refuse.
Why? What's the issue? You're taking this young lady hostage. Overruled.
あいつもヴァンピールだったか。
You have a special ability to see people's memories whenever you drink of their blood, which means that you have to be more responsible than other vampires.
I am hungry. I have been hungry. I was born hungry. What do I need? I am something. I have been something. I was born something. What could I be?
All I'm asking for is just the smallest thing.
A vampire of the blue moon.
One who truly hates himself cannot do what you want to do, what you want to.
Do you understand?
You couldn't possibly. You jerk! You really think you can ever know me? You think you can even help me? Don't make me laugh. I can't believe how arrogant you are. You're such a moron. You will never understand.
I wish we could have been together. He's not a real true star. He was just scared of his views. For all his cockiness, he didn't know how to act around you. So there's no Sonic. He likes his love.
Don't stop it! I think I have an idea!
Attention all vampires! I am called Vanitas, the vampire of the blue moon left to me its name as well as its famous reward. I am but a human. I trust that everyone in attendance understands who this marking represents. Fascinating. Also very fascinating. Please come get behind.
Alright, gentlemen, I want you to repeat after me. Just how I do it. Ready?
Please listen. My brain is scattered. You get me out of something that happened. What's the internet? The biggest one she's ever had. Go psycho, you don't want. There was a guy who said it's wrong. Sometimes I wonder why I need you at all.
Every sleep is addicted to the nights. Addicted to the nights. Addicted to the nights. You need a little help with the agony. And a little help comes in a little glass vial when it comes to a nap. And when it comes to softness, it's ready for surgery. Surgery.
Oh my god, she's over 9. She asked me to leave a comment and get out of the notice one line now. Hey.
Could you meeting me? You know I'm not your friend with some greenery. Walked in wearing feather. Peter should know better.
You should have been a rock star. You should have been a politician. You should have been a father. But he never really into his 20s. Got away, it's army dreamers.
you hear about that mother bunker God is listen to? I guess it's too dangerous out there to walk, so I had to save you.
There's really no way when it's there. You'll always be in the world.
お前の名前をもう見返りじゃない。ナンバーがないした。俺たちはモローのただの実験台なんだ。
You know that people say you can't make good, this is not me. What if I'm a machine? You are not a human being. Face so weird, I'm living on a screen. Always self-esteem, so you run on gasoline.
I think there's a hole in my code. These voices will leave me alone. My heart is gold and my hands are cold.
God, please shut up. Please.
You are Ivy, right?
Underwent, sir. You had wanted to escape. I think you could have managed it. Yet you stayed. Well, we're only equally different. It's like you would just kidnap another kid to replace me. So I felt like I had to stay there to keep it from happening to someone else.
My heart's amongst the people, go from people, you know, to people.
Let me hear it. Oh yeah. Both reached for the
I approached her with full confidence that she wouldn't have those feelings. And why is that? Because it's such a revolting idea.
How can it be possible to love a person? He isolates himself by pushing away anyone who gets too close.
Wish you had the name, set you free.
No. To Vanitas, freedom means being alone.
I'm sorry, you were the best, but you were the worst. As sick as it sounds to love you. First half is thick, it is what it is. I happen to get the age old curve. I tend to laugh whenever I'm sad. Stare at the crash, it actually works. Making amends should never end. Wrong again, I'm running away.
This is the tale of how I met Vanitas. How this Vanitas would meet its end by my own hand.
If I'm going to die, then I only have one wish. To die at the hand of knowing